Students who take the journalism program are actually in a bigger program called technical communication. And what the program does is allow students to become writers for whatever field they want to go into.
The journalism program is a really hands-on program. You do a lot of situational work where a professor will give you kind of a situation where there's a story and you have to sit down and decipher from a little bit of information and a couple of quotes what's most important and learn how to build a story. So it's all about building a story and understanding media and how it works.
The Journalism and Tech Comm program teaches you how to write. Real writing that you use in the workplace, business world, journalism of course, newspapers.
So if they're in the journalism and technical communication track, then their main focus is they want to be a journalist. Often they want to be community journalists. They want to work for a local newspaper, say like here, Big Rapids, the Pioneer, or they might work for a bigger group, say like MLive out of Grand Rapids.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of opportunity. Some journalism schools are so big that the opportunities are limited. So if a student comes in here and really wants to get involved in journalism, do journalism, get internships and work at the Torch, there's going to be an opportunity to do that.
The professors really interact with you more, like Fox and Balkema know all the students and really help them out because there are so few of them. And yes, and I feel like if you went to a bigger school, you wouldn't get that.
I would say almost every single class and every single assignment I've had has been conformed to what I will be doing and what my interests are in journalism specifically. So it's just very inclusive, very small classes. Professors are definitely there for you, and you know, they want you to be able to hone down exactly what you want to do and then focus on making that part better.
You know, there's one professor and there's one advisor, so you're working with the same person every day, and you get to build a really good relationship. I've got a close relationship with my one journalism professor, Steve Fox, and he's a really great professor. He's a great teacher as well.
They write articles regularly, weekly, just about, in the introductory classes. And then as they get more advanced, they might do more investigative reporting or enterprise reporting. They might have to go out and do an article about, could be just about anything. Students always want to write about parking, so I make them go out and actually investigate it.
Journalists, our grads can write about anything, anytime, anywhere. That's my new tagline, because what it really says is they're not only journalists. They can work for corporate environments. They can work for businesses, for industry, for manufacturing, because they're writers first, and it's that other specialty that'll take them wherever they want to go.
So because you take so many different classes, you're qualified to do a ton of different things. Like when I'm applying for jobs and internships right now, I apply for PR ones, marketing, communication, English, journalism. Like I feel qualified to do all those because I've had so many writing and communication classes.
The program here is very detailed in what they teach. They cover all the grounds, all the basics, what we need, what you'd expect, what you see in real life journalism and professional writing.
Most journalism programs focused on writing for newspapers, broadened a little bit to writing for media. We find that having our students be able to write about almost anything, anywhere, is the most valuable thing they can get.
When I was a sophomore was when I first got into the Ferris State Torch, which is an awesome resource for journalism students, or really anybody that wants to be a part of the newspaper world. It's a really, really great first step.
So I've had a lot of hands-on journalism work, a lot of story writing. I've worked mostly in sports in my time, so it was a lot of time here in the ice rink and just kind of watching things unfold and learning how to build stories around real journalists. So I got to learn not only from being on the job, but from other good journalists that were working professionally around me.
So some of our students begin in journalism and they stay in journalism. Others of our students will start in journalism and they'll find they're moving into some public relations work or corporate communication, but they're using those journalism skills everywhere. And that's different from most journalism programs.
It's a pretty wide range. I mean, being a strong writer, we know, tells us it's still very important in a lot of fields.
If they like to write, and if they see themselves primarily as a writer and a communicator, this is probably where they should be.
Making the decision to become a journalism student was the best decision of my life by far, and it's given me many opportunities outside of just journalism and with technical writing, I've had a lot of people looking at me just for an assortment of jobs.
I think if you're going to enter journalism, you should be around journalists. You don't necessarily have to go work for a newspaper, but it's good if you want to study journalism to know what it entails from a hands-on perspective. While the program is very hands-on, it's nice to know what people are actually doing in the program, and I think that helped me along. So just getting involved in any way you can.
You can really do whatever you want. The main point is to get you a really strong writing communication base, and then you can do whatever you want from there.
You just need to get the experience and get all the pieces together. So it really is, where do you see yourself? And if you see yourself primarily as the writer, this is the place to start.